Welcome back to United Insider TV. We told you the FFP crisis was real. We told you a sacrifice was coming. But what we didn't tell you is the real cost of that financial pain. The long-term impact? The Ivan Toney deal is officially on life support. The complexity of Toney's loan demands, his Saudi Pro League wages, and the sheer number of clubs circling mean Ratcliffe and Ineos have had to be brutal. Toney is too expensive and too complicated. The financial risk is simply too high for a short-term fix, especially when we need $100 million just to play ball. So, the focus is shifted, the board has moved on, and the name now dominating the Old Trafford boardroom is sensational, explosive, and tactically baffling: KARIM Adeyemi. United's management has activated a secret weapon, super agent JORGE Mendes, to fast-track a deal for the unsettled Borussia Dortmund speedster. This isn't just a rumor. This is active contact for a player valued at over 60 million euros. Adeyemi fixes one problem, the lack of pace, but creates a massive one. Where does he actually play in Amorim's system? Today, we expose the shocking breakdown with his coach and reveal how Ratcliffe plans to use the Manoeuvre sale money to land this explosive yet controversial talent. To understand this deal, you have to understand the power shift inside Old Trafford. Ratcliffe doesn't rely on the old network. He relies on JORGE Mendes. The relationship is deep. Mendes facilitated deals for Leny Yoro and Manuel Ugarte, and now he is actively working the Adeyemi transfer. Why Mendes? Because he controls the leverage. Adeyemi's contract runs out in 18 months, and he and Mendes are demanding a massive release clause, a condition Dortmund is resisting. This tension is the open door United is walking through. Mendes is signaling one thing to United: Dortmund is chaotic. The player wants out. The price is negotiable if you move fast. This sidesteps the usual long, drawn-out negotiations and allows United to get a direct line to the player's demands. The Adeyemi deal, therefore, is a financial and political power move by Ratcliffe. It's a clean break from the complicated Toney deal, which had too many moving parts. Instead, Ratcliffe is using the certainty of the Manoeuvre sale money to fund a single, high-impact negotiation with the most powerful agent in the game. We are told the initial fee being prepared is around 60 million euros. This is right in the sweet spot of what United can afford after the FFP relief. This is not Amorim's priority signing. This is Ratcliffe's executive decision to inject pace and a proven Champions League player into the squad immediately. The fuel for this transfer engine is the implosion happening in Germany. Adeyemi and his coach, Niko Kovač, are not seeing eye to eye. The tension is now public and toxic. Kovač has openly criticized Adeyemi's work rate and decision-making, even dropping him from the starting 11. This culminated in a public row before the international break, with Adeyemi reportedly throwing a water bottle in frustration after a substitution. For a player with immense talent, this lack of trust from the coach is fatal. Adeyemi needs minutes for the German national team, and the only way to get them is to be playing consistently. Dortmund's bench is currently damaging his career, making an exit a necessity. This internal conflict means Dortmund is in a weak negotiating position. They will be forced to choose between letting a volatile situation drag on, damaging team morale, or accepting a generous 60 million euro offer from United now before his contract situation forces his price down even further next summer. This is the first time in years United has been able to exploit a major European club's internal chaos. This transfer is less about tactical fit and more about Ratcliffe seizing a vulnerable asset at the right price thanks to the groundwork laid by JORGE Mendes. Now for the part that will divide the fan base. Where does Adeyemi play? He is not Ivan Toney. He is not a traditional center forward. Adeyemi primarily operates as an explosive right-sided attacker. Under Ruben Amorim, that right side is currently occupied by the highly rated Bryan Mbeumo. So, if Adeyemi comes in, one of two things must happen. Mbeumo is sacrificed. Amorim benching Mbeumo, who is a system player, for the raw speed of Adeyemi is a massive risk. It upsets the settled structure. Or Adeyemi is asked to play the central striking role, or a high attacking wingback role. While he has the pace to play up top, his strength is in exploiting space on the wing. Asking him to play the central hold-up role that Toney would have filled is a tactical compromise of the highest order. United's management, we hear, believes his incredible speed would be an asset anywhere on the pitch, speeding up the transition Amorim wants. They see him as a rotational player for Mbeumo, and an explosive backup for Sesko when he returns. But the club's reliance on pace often ignores the need for intelligence and defensive shape. Is Adeyemi a luxury player, bought by the board, or the tactical tool Amorim truly needs to save his job? This is the major internal conflict, and the manager will ultimately have to choose where he throws the €60 million signing. The Manoeuvre FFP sale gives Ratcliffe the bullet. Adeyemi is the explosive, complicated, and controversial target who is now United's main priority for January. Ratcliffe is making a statement. The new era will be ruthless, it will be fast, and it will be led by executive power, even if it creates a tactical headache for Ruben Amorim. Now, the conversation shifts to you. You've seen the Adeyemi profile. You know the tactical issues. In the comments section below, tell me, should United risk the €60 million on the explosive speed of Adeyemi, or should we wait for a proven striker like Toney, even if it means losing the Champions League money? Give me your strongest arguments, speed or certainty. If you appreciate this kind of raw, unfiltered transfer insight, smash that like button now. We need to know if you want more deep dives into the deals Mendes is brokering. And finally, for the next twist in this transfer saga, specifically who Mendes is targeting next if the Adeyemi deal fails, make sure you are subscribed to United Insider TV and have those notifications turned on. The international break may be quiet on the pitch, but the boardroom is exploding. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next emergency broadcast.